Hello, my friends, and welcome to this week's episode of the Greenlight Weekend Podcast. Full disclosure, your boy's a little drunk. I just went frisbee golfing, got super duper high, so I'm having a good time. So let's be loose with this one. Before we get into the episode, let's talk about our sponsor. Our sponsor is Dead Room Comedy. Dead Room Comedy is a comedy group and production company based in Denver, Colorado. They're dear friends of mine. They've been on the podcast many times. If you haven't heard the episodes, go back, check them out. If you want to learn more about Dead Room Comedy and the comedy shows they're producing, just check them out on one of their many social media platforms at Dead Room Comedy. That's the handle for everything, baby. Not only is it for the social media, but it is for their YouTube channel, on which they post a new video every week. A new hilarious comedy video every week. It's beautiful. Just check them out at Dead Room Comedy on YouTube and all social media platforms. All right, enough with that. Let's get into the episode. This week's episode is with Jake Preston. He's been on the podcast before. He is a wild animal. The best way to describe Jake Preston is the Energizer Bunny. If he had like a wind-up knob on the back, because you can say something and just wind him up and just keep talking, winding him up, and then just let him go. And he will fucking for so long. And not only does he keep talking, but he's usually shitting on himself, which is a beautiful thing as a comedian. That's the only way it really works if you want people's attention. So, yeah, this is a great episode with Jake Preston. We also had my boy Max Turner on. Max is leaving in about a week and a half, so I'm having him on every episode I can just to fucking spend time with him. I love Max Turner. I'm taking a trip to the South in July, so if you got any comedy dates, hit me up. If there's any open mics, hit me up. If you're in Miami, Nashville, or Atlanta, that'd be fantastic. Okie dokie. Before we start this episode, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the Whiskey Reel podcast, local Durango-based podcast, as well as Ethan Esparza and the Chava people for the intro, outro music. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here's episode 137 with my boy, Jake Preston.
Everybody on my level, heating up tea kettle. Always kicking up some dirt, I never let the dust settle. Way we do it, making music, records like a precious metal. Heavy metal, bass treble, hotter than the fucking devil. Yeah, it's going full circle, just like we blowing purple like a fully automatic weapon. Yeah, I stay murking, Kim, the shit is on the regular. I'm the one that's spitting hers, sending suckers to their grave. Every time I spit a verse, aviating like a bird, saying you might catch a curse. This is Ethan Quick.
Yes, Jake, you are a very rude podcast guest. Why do we have you back? I don't know. Because we were desperate for guests this week. That's why.
I'll take it.
Shit, I'll take it. That's why you're here.
I'm pretty sure I asked you. I was like, "What are you doing this Monday?" You're like, "I was like, oh, I thought you did your podcast on Monday." You're like, "Well, I was working." I'm like, "Well, what are you doing tomorrow?" So
either way,
asked you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for reminding me, and everybody else thanks you because now we have a podcast this week.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, you're welcome.
Ghetto mic stands. It's okay. We're here. We're queer. Get used to it. Oh, pull it down now.
Did you know the Nantucket High School sports teams are known as the Whalers?
That's fascinating.
See, I love high school names for their teams. I think it's really cool to see how clever some places are.
It sounds like something Max would be into.
I know. So all right. So listen to this. So we drive to like me and my ex-girlfriend. We would drive to California every year, and we drive through. You drive through a hurricane. Arizona, I think is what it's Arizona, whatever. It's called Hurricane though. And I was like, oh, Hurricane High School. I'm like, I wonder what their mascot name is. And it was like the dumbest fucking name I've ever heard in my life. It was like the Bears or something like that. I was like, what? Bears. I was like, you could have been the Hurricane Tsunamis. You could have been the Hurricane, just a name.
Should have went with Sharknadoes for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have come up with so many names, and they were like the Bears. And I was like, the Hurricane Bears. I'm like, that has what does that have to do with hurricanes?
The thing is, they probably don't have hurricanes, but they have bears, most likely.
Yeah, that makes sense. They had an In-N-Out.
Ooh.
They could have been the Hurricane Double Doubles.
The Hurricane Hamburgers.
I've been through some shitty little...
See, that makes more fucking sense. Then, or it was like lion, tigers, or bears. Or it might have been tigers. It was like one of the three. You know, it was like the most cliche I'm like, really? You live in Hurricane. This is Hurricane High School. You can't come up with something cooler.
Where'd you
Could
go
have been
to
the
high
Hurricane
school?
Waves.
The Maelstroms.
I went to Douglas County High School, which was the Huskies, and then I went to Loveland High School, which was the Indians. Very racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there a lot of Native Americans in your school or no?
No.
It's Loveland, Colorado.
I think there was one black family, and of course he was the running back at the high school at the time when I was there.
Was he good?
No, there was two of them. I think I think he did go to a college, but I don't think he did anything.
Right. Smaller college, most likely.
He was a smaller guy.
Uh,
He was a track guy. He probably did running stuff after that or
right.
whatever. But
Black, fast, obvious.
They actually my buddy convinced me in high school that black people had an extra calf muscle,
And
and I believed it until I was like 22.
Getting deep today on the Green Light Weekend. Just digging in.
what did they teach
never
you
know
about
what you'll
black
get.
people in Nashville, Max?
In the shoot 'em state.
You know, I mean,
That they're people too? Okay, let's move on.
hey, my high school mascot was a fucking big red.
Okay.
Big Red what?
But where did you live?
Just a
What was
big
what was
red.
the name of your high school? That was the question.
Montgomery Bell Academy.
That sounds perfect.
Was
for
it
the name of your
private?
high school? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It all depends on the
Yeah.
name of
All
the
boys
high
school.
school. You know,
You went to an all-boys school?
Yeah.
This makes so much
so
sense.
much.
I
sense.
know, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've only just met you. It makes sense. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. I can't imagine going to an all-boys school.
Just
can't-
I
out of
almost got
curiosity.
sent to military school.
I believe
that.
that.
I believe.
Yeah. My dad told me he was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I'm almost 18, so that's not going down. So I'll leave.
Did you?
Yeah. I did. I did. Yeah. I was like 17. I was like, dude, I'll just go live with a buddy
And it worked out.
and his family. Like, they had an extra room. They were like super rich. They had an extra room, and I was like, can I just rent out this room and finish out high school? And they're like, yeah.
Did they let you stay for free?
She charged me like $200 a month.
That's not bad.
She told me it was like $400, and the first time I went to go pay, she was like, just give me $200. I was like, okay. But I had like a job and stuff.
Yeah.
So
What'd you do? Server?
no, I actually just worked at a gas station and would peddle cigarettes to people under the table
Really?
for extra money. Oh fuck yeah, yeah.
When you were
yeah.
17, you were smoking cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Just
Well, I got
stealing
put
from the
put
gas
in a
station,
sobriety
or?
high school when I was a sophomore, and they let you smoke cigarettes as long as you didn't do drugs, which was I think the dumbest thing ever. If my parents would have just let me smoke weed, I never would have started smoking cigarettes. I used to fucking hate cigarettes. Like people would be like we'd smoke a bowl together and they'd be like, "Oh, you want a cigarette?" Like makes the high low. I'm like, dude, get the fuck away from
Were
me.
you one of the people that started smoking to cover the smell of weed?
No, I hated cigarettes. My mom used to smoke and I fucking hated it.
Me too. Yeah.
And then when they took all that away from me, you know, I'm at sobriety high school and we're like outside, like, you want a
Everybody's
cigarette?
smoking cigarettes.
Everybody's fucking smoking a cigarette. I'm like, fuck it. Let's fucking do it.
Where did these kids get cigarettes
I
eventually
don't
from
know.
you? at
My
the
mom
gas
would just
station?
buy them for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
As long as I wasn't failing my UAs.
Parenting choices.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
My parents definitely let me get like
She tried to get me to
drunk
smoke like Marb Lights and
from
stuff, but it didn't
time to
work.
time.
I ended up smoking Newports, so. But she tried to get me. She was like, "Oh," I was like, she bought me a pack for the first time. It was like a Marb Light pack. I was like, "This is fucking disgusting."
Mm.
I was like, "What are you smoking?" And I smoked one of her Newport 100s. I was like, "That's what I like." She's like, "God damn it." So.
Were they worse for you? Or
Newports are the worst. Yeah, I smoked Newports for like 10 years.
what do you smoke now?
American Spirit Lights.
American Spirits.
Lights.
Lights?
But I do the half filter thing, so
I don't know what that means.
I would tear out half the filter.
Porte.
So it hits harder, I guess.
Huh.
It's like almost like a no filter, just a half filter. Well, American Spirits have big filters.
Do they?
They do.
Do you smoke?
Mm-hmm.
He
I smoke Spirit
He smokes
yellows.
he smokes like this
Yeah.
ultra light.
Mellow
I do not
yellows.
know the difference between cigarettes.
If
That's
it's
okay.
a different color, it's a different style.
Yeah.
Styles of cigarettes. What do you smoke, Max? American Spirits?
Yeah, American Spirit.
It's a very
boys.
Durango thing.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, they're just a cigar of cigarettes, you know.
Essentially.
Is it
Yeah.
just tobacco?
It's just good
Is
tobacco.
that the idea?
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
just
Better
tobacco, not a
tobacco.
bunch of shit in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's better.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Because like Newport's like the whole thing that people says like, oh, it has like shards or whatever, fiberglass in it or something like that. Or You know what I'm saying? Like the menthol cigarette. Yeah.
Well, like most filters, I feel like have all the chemicals and shit in them.
yeah, that should just bring back the fucking.
Yeah.
I rolled my own cigarettes for a while because I wanted to get really good at rolling joints. I was like, I'll just roll my own cigarettes
Mm-hmm.
because I can't roll a joint to save
It's
my
time
life.
consuming.
It is. I don't have time for that
Well, it
shit.
makes you appreciate it more when you can just be like cranking out.
Well, when you're
smokes
at
out of your
work, when you're
pack.
at work, you're like fuck. So then you have to like pre-roll like
Yeah.
5 at home, and you're like, at this point, I might as well just roll a fucking blunt, and I don't even want to do this. And
how
then
I
I
feel
stop
every
doing
time.
it, and I get stoned, and then I don't have any cigarettes for work.
That's how I feel when I roll joints before this podcast. I'm like, I'm too good.
Did you
with my
actually?
friends.
You actually rolled this?
No, I use a little joint roller.
That one
When
right
you're
there.
cranking them out, yeah.
I was going to say this is like way too symmetrical.
It's very symmetrical. That's why I like them. They burn relatively evenly.
Yeah.
Nice. Is this your stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
In Colorado, you're allowed to grow 6 plants at your house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you just saying that so people don't wonder or like try to call the cops on you if they watch this?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
If you don't live in Colorado, we're allowed to grow 6 plants at our house. That way you can smoke weed all year round and don't have to spend money. It's fantastic. If you know how to do it right, you're
Bingo.
good.
Do you have your
Yep.
medical card? How many can you do if you have your medical card?
I know you can do it. I've heard of people getting like 99 plant cards, but
Wow.
Jesus.
from what I've heard, La Plata County sheriffs will only honor up to a 24 plant card. That's what I've heard.
That's not bad.
Dang.
That explains why some people go. I wonder what Pagosa is because I know a lot of people go to Pagosa to do that stuff. But I guess they just do it without even giving a fuck anyway.
It probably just has to do with the amount of land that's open and available.
For personal reasons, why do you need 99 plants?
Those
To
are drug
sell it?
dealers, man.
And make a living.
Yeah, but like,
That's why the
I'm just
sheriff
trying
is
to-
like,
You want to personally make money
Even
and not have to
24
work a
though,
real
that's
job,
for
so you
sure.
go
Yeah.
Or
99
pay taxes.
plants. Or pay
Yeah.
taxes.
it
Cash
depends.
only.
So a big reason that people can get up to like 24 plants is a lot of people don't have a lot of space. So they're
Yeah.
growing very small plants, sometimes just
I see.
indoor like spaces.
Yeah.
People live in apartments and whatnot. You know,
I
so it
gotcha.
allows them to get enough. Or if you're using strictly edibles, that takes a lot more plant material.
I
That's
see.
true. That's
Learn
true.
something new every day.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. You
That's
just
what I'm
stay
here
out of
for.
those youth baseball games and hang out with us, Maxie.
There was a Little League
Jump
game by
right
my
in
house the other day, and I was like, I wonder if Max is over there. But I didn't want to walk over as a grown man by myself to find
With
out.
that
so-
mustache?
Why would you
No.
be at a Little League game?
Why would you, Max? Why would you be?
I enjoy the sport, man.
I love
Do you
how
enjoy watching Little League baseball?
I like watching baseball.
But
And
specifically Little League?
no, all sorts of.
he has an early bedtime. Doesn't like to be out after dark because look at him. Gets mistaken for a lesbian.
Without that
often.
mustache?
Yeah. I haven't said anything about pedophile stuff yet.
I know.
I was trying to
Until now.
We're getting-
well, it was gonna come up. It was the focus of the last podcast, the last 2 podcasts, I believe.
Well, the last podcast was also about dietary concerns.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I believe that's what you posted on.
Yeah, you should
Instagram.
check out our Instagram if you want to learn, if you want to learn how to diet like a champion, like a Little League baseball coach.
Nice.
oh man, I don't know why I come.
I don't know why you come back either.
I
I love having you though. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fun to see you.
It's fun to see y'all too.
Yeah.
For about 5 fucking minutes.
So Max, you're almost done with school.
Almost done with school.
What do you
yeah.
have left? What's I mean, is it just like formalities at this point? Like, is
No,
everything done?
I've got one big paper.
Okay.
What's
it on?
It's
Little
a
League
literature
baseball.
review on apprenticeships and the downfalls of college and why college is kind of stupid.
Attaboy. It's like the end of a good movie. It's like, this is the movie. The movie's about why movies are bad.
It's a Tarantino
Exactly.
paper.
Yeah, it's Tarantino paper. Exactly.
Taryn term paper.
And that's it. And I got a philosophy exam and an economics exam, but those
Okay.
will be easy.
I love your confidence. I wish I had that kind of confidence in college. That'll
I
be
wish
easy.
I had that kind of confidence
Fuck.
anywhere else besides college, but
That's where you really should. Have you
yeah.
thought about being a teacher? Maybe
that's why I
academia is
studied
your thing.
Education, man.
Yeah. You have the glasses for it. In a
Not
good
much
way.
closer to being a youth baseball coach.
Yeah, you could be an elementary school teacher and then be a baseball coach.
And people wouldn't be weirded out about
because
it.
you'd be their teacher.
Because
Because
they trust you with their kids anyway.
So it's a great way to groom them. You'd be
For-
right in there.
For older baseball.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, find the stars, and then you move up with that class.
Yeah. And then you cultivate. Dude, you could be your own movie about Little League.
They already have
Stuff.
that one. It's called Basketball Diaries with Leonardo DiCaprio. You guys ever seen that movie?
No.
Oh, it's basically what we're talking about, but with basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
And he finds a young basketball player and moves
The coach,
through
yeah, he
the
lives in
years
New
with
York.
him.
Oh yeah, no, I read the book and like at one point he's like in the bathroom like taking a piss and like this dude's like he's like, this guy's just staring at my dick.
There's definitely a one-on-one locker room situation.
Oh, there is.
somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
The coach gets him in the shower and stuff. Dude, it's a fucked up book. And it's like all true.
A
But
tale
yeah,
as old as
it
time,
was
my
it was
friend.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg in it. Yeah, Wahlberg.
Malk Warburg.
But they're both like maybe 14 or 15. They're like super
Oh,
young in
yeah.
the movie.
Huh.
I've
It's an
actually
old movie.
seen like
Little
memes
Leo.
that were
Mhm.
from this movie, and
They
I
like
was
jump
I
off a
should
cliff in
watch
their
that.
underwear and stuff.
Oh, tight.
In tighty whities, yeah,
Tight.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was back in his Marky Mark days when he was with.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of Marky
Oh
Mark.
fuck
the
yeah.
Funky Bunch,
Oh,
bro.
dude, nobody even really remembers that. I
I
feel
do.
like. I do too.
I introduce people to it constantly
That's
because I'm
awesome.
like, you don't know about Marky Mark? Oh, do I have something for you?
Oh yeah, he was the ladies' man. He was like the white LL Cool J.
Still fucking jacked.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's still a baller. If
Wakes
he's
up
in a
at, like,
movie, I'll
4
see it.
a.m..
Besides that stupid one about the bombing of the marathon or whatever, I already know it happens. I remember it happening. So
Were you there?
no,
Did you
but
just
it was
confess?
all over the news and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need to see a movie about it. I'm like, dude, I know it happened. But anything else he's in, I'll totally watch. Though I didn't like him in Transformers. Thought it was kind of a stupid movie, but whatever.
What?
There we go.
did.
That's
I
the Max
did.
Turner I want to see.
The one with the the fourth one with the dinosaurs, Age of Extinction. I like that one, and the one after that, I was like, okay, this is
The
just,
last night.
yeah, the last
they got
night.
kinda
Terrible.
I was like, okay,
No, fuck that. Act like you're in class. Give him what for.
Give him a dissertation.
Be confident, Doc.
You know,
well, he knows I'm right. That's why.
Yeah, I do like the early Transformers movies.
Yeah,
but
they
he's
got
right,
they
he's
got
right.
worse as they got made.
Shia LaBeouf is the only actor I really want to see. You know, it's
He'll always be
Have you
even
seen Honey
Stevens
Boy?
to me.
Megan Fox.
I watched
Yeah,
half
Megan
of it
Fox.
and I got bored.
That's really Megan Fox's like.
Yeah,
That's
the
her
first. Yeah,
pride.
the first two were
Yeah.
baller, and Megan Fox was in it. But I don't remember what happened. But I don't remember what I heard. But it's like she wouldn't fuck the director, or she did fuck the director, and then they were like not happy.
Either way, I'm proud of her.
Either way,
She-
it
Dude,
was
when
because she was like,
did
"Fuck
a
you" to the director.
Great job.
When she pops
Great
that
job.
hood and she's
Oh,
leaning over,
oh,
God, dog.
Classic.
Gallons.
Oh, that was such a classic movie. I watched the Bumblebee one, and that shit was fucking stupid.
Pretty whack.
Oh, I kind of liked it. It was slow.
It was a kids
but-
movie for sure. Like the whole thing about her being like in the diving team and her dad was so unnecessary to the plot. Like, okay. It was like a Disney movie, but wasn't a Disney movie. It was
I
stupid.
didn't even get that far. I
John
did not
Cena
watch
was. I started watching it one time and I was like, "Fuck this!" And then I think I was really hungover one day and I was like, "I just need to pick something because I'm sick of scrolling."
I think that's how I watched it.
Yeah, and then I kind of didn't really fall asleep
Default.
because I was like, ugh. So I just kind of watched it. I remember thinking like, if I didn't feel like shit, I'd get up and change this,
It's
but I
one-
don't want to move. I remember thinking most of the movie, I just really want some water, but I didn't want to get up.
It's
So-
a movie that makes your hangover
yeah,
worse.
I just kept leaning over and like taking bong rips, like, ugh.
You're like looking at the bong water. I can drink it.
Oh, spilling it on myself. I've done that twice now. So for like the past couple months, I've been in my own. Me and my girlfriend broke up, so I'm in my own room now because we have a 2-bedroom. But there's been a lot of times where I'm chilling in bed, smoking because she's not there anymore, so I can just fucking smoke in bed without any complaints. And I remember thinking this because there's times where I'm like, I kind of start dozing off, and I catch myself, and I'm like, dude, one of these days, I'm gonna drop this bong on myself sleeping.
For sure.
And it finally happened like a week ago. I wake up and like I didn't wake up when it happened. I woke up like 20 minutes after I spilt it. So when I woke up, it was just I immediately was like, how did I piss the wait, no, this is way too high to be in the bed. And I could smell it. I was like, no. So I got up
That's
and
in your
like I
mattress,
couldn't
dog.
our I know, and it's a brand new mattress. It's like the top corner.
Not anymore.
I know, but it's like the top corner on the right side, and like I like Febrezed it and like scrubbed it and stuff. It's like 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like, God damn it, like cleaning like the corner of my mattress. And then I like Febrezed it, but my washer and dryer is broken, so I like still haven't washed my bed sheet from it.
I bet your place smells great.
I've just been Febrezing it
Yeah,
every day. I just
for
keep
sure.
Febrezing it, and then I just Febreze every day when I leave. I just Febreze that corner really good. And
That seems like how you do laundry, Max.
No, normally
I'm
the
just
reason
sitting
I
here,
have-
I'm thinking, God, I live a clean life compared to this guy.
I mean, my room is clean. I fell asleep drinking or smoking, and fucking goddamn it, I was so pissed. And
You
then
don't
the
have
other
an
night,
end table?
what?
You don't have like a table next to your bed?
I do, but it's like a little bit higher from my bed, so I just set up my bong on the ground. And like I was going to take a bong rip, and I like fell asleep is what I think happened. And then the other night it kind of happened again. I like went to hit it, but it was backwards,
Yeah,
so I like poured it a little bit on myself.
I've been there.
So super pissed.
Through your weed too.
Yeah, through the
Oh.
weed. So I ruined the bowl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I was super bummed.
Hell.
But the reason I don't have a washer and dryer is because I'm constantly doing laundry because I fucking get so covered in beer at work.
Mm-hmm.
And I put a little too big of a load in. And it was like making a weird noise, and I went and stopped it, and I could like smell some burning and just like stopped draining water. And I was like, okay. But it was like an older model, and so I
Were
could,
you
like
like shoving
I
it
was like,
in?
fuck. I took out all the clothes and like I like didn't drain, and I'm like, so I put all my clothes in my shower because I have a standing shower and let it like kind of like drain, and then
Mold.
and then in small bits I put it in the dryer, and I was like, man, I really hope this washer isn't broken because I don't really want to tell this to Alicia because that will fucking suck. And then I forgot about it, and I heard her do laundry, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna get to the one cycle, and I really hope it works. And so she comes out, and she's like, when was the last time you did laundry? And I was like, oh, is it fucked up? And at that point, I was like, there's no point in denying anything.
No.
I was like, I did alone, and at the end, it kind of sounded weird. And so she called the landlord, and they were like, well, we got you a used one, so we'll get you a brand new one, but it won't be there till May 1st. May 1st. And I was like, oh, well.
Jeez.
So otherwise, I would have fucking put it in the washer dryer that night.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alas.
fucking goddamn it. But
That's
a
why
brand
you
new
don't
one
wanna
will be
live with
here in
your
like a
exes.
week, bro. Like
Imagine.
Saturday. I got a nice little load of laundry waiting for it. I don't want to go to a laundromat again. I don't like laundromats.
No, they're the worst.
They're the worst.
I've used the laundromat once because I was living in my camper
I had to.
after a breakup. That's the beauty of having a camper. I was like, I just needed a good friend with a driveway, which I have. So,
There
yeah, I
you
just
go.
posted up at his fucking yard for a month until
There you
she
go.
got all her shit together. And then I moved her to her new place, like brought a trailer, brought friends. It was like a 20-minute load up, 20-minute load out. Gone.
Jesus.
Then I had my house.
That's not bad.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the last time I moved, I had a bunch of people come help me, and we knocked out pretty quick. Except for when me, Mario, and Colton couldn't get the fucking little latch thing to open for like 30 minutes.
On the
Everything
U-Haul?
everything else took 20 minutes, but we spent 30 minutes because we like got folded, and then it folded again.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
And
the
it was
fucking
cranked
dream
too much.
team.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we were like, ugh.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
every one of them at some point hit it with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous.
Percussive maintenance.
It was annoying.
It works.
It does.
It works.
You have to have the right intention when you hit the thing. Be like,
Helps.
work, God damn it.
Yeah, I have a tendency not to hit shit till I'm real cranky, and then I like dent shit usually.
There you go.
I worked with pump jacks and shit in the middle of the winter. I don't know if you've ever tried to get an old ass pump jack starting when it's like 2 degrees outside. It's not fucking easy. It's a giant piece of machinery. So you're like trying to warm it up, and then starters go out, so you're fucking banging on them with a wrench. But when you're cold and it's been an hour and your dog's like barking at deer and elk and shit that are walking by, you're like, motherfucker, with like big wrenches.
Yeah,
Did it
I'm
work?
good.
Sometimes I drove out of there a failure.
50-50.
Sometimes it worked. I was always just like, bro, if I was there much longer, I definitely wasn't gonna get out. It was dump it, like lie, you know.
Yeah.
Always lie, especially if you
Nice.
break the washer,
Yeah.
because they break, man.
Yeah.
You didn't have to say you put a fucking bag of rocks in it.
Yeah, I was watching my brick collection.
Seemed like
They
the
were
easiest
dirty.
way. How was your day, Max? Anything fun happen?
It was good.
Yeah.
I just had class. Then I got mad, and then
What'd you get mad at?
dude told my friend that she was acting like she was in heat. And
Man, do you know how to talk to women?
I do.
I think that's the
Yeah.
downfall of all boys' school.
Oh, maybe.
You didn't get the practice.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean,
I've seen girls like throwing themselves at you, and you're like, all right, I'm going to go eat dinner with my friends. Bye. Josh Fournier was trying to get you laid.
with who?
Your groupies.
Oh, dude, those are just good friends. Yeah.
You're leaving in a week, Max. Good friends turned groupies real fast.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know, man.
Hmm.
Neither do we.
Dude, I don't either.
I haven't seen the groupies, but I believe it.
Yeah, dude, it just seems like everybody's all focused on my sex life. No one's focused on their own.
My sex life is great.
I know.
I'm not focused on
proud
your
of you.
sex life, just so you know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm just worried about the little league team.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's why I'm worried about your sex life. I think pent up energy goes to negative places.
Oh.
No?
Just staring out the window.
Oh, I thought you were saying you're gonna throw yourself out the window. I was
No,
like,
I'm just staring out the window
Gotcha.
until we move
Yeah,
on.
It looks high, but
yeah.
the ground's like right there. It would-
Yeah.
And this
Oh,
is the
really?
only nice
it
window
does
in the
look
house.
like it's like on the second story, but it's
Yeah.
not.
though. I mean, there is a cliff. If you jump far enough, you could
Okay,
get a
'cause
good
that
roll
tree
going.
does not look like it's just right there.
It is just right there.
Okay.
For those of you who can't see, the tree is in fact right there.
Literally
It would seem like it would be
about
at least
6 feet away.
Right. So Jake,
6 or 7 feet down.
Jake, you said you had a story in the car for the pod.
Okay, why not? I just remembered this anyway.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so it's because it's like it's a twofer. Two fucked up things happen back to back. Okay, that's right.
Yep.
So I was at the Dirty Bird, which is like a bar that I was. This is the last time I got kicked out of a bar that they were like, you're like really kicked out. And then I ended up moving anyway, so I'm like, I don't fucking care.
And where was this?
This is in the North Bay area, Santa Rosa. So
Gotcha.
I don't remember like any of this. I kind of remember a couple of things, but I don't really remember. I just woke up in the morning and like I felt like I got punched in the mouth. Like I could feel like a little like the little teeth indentation like right here.
Right.
I'm like, it feels like I got punched in the mouth last night. And so I like wake up and I'm like, my roommate's chilling. He's like, what's up, man? And we're just kind of chilling. And finally I'm like, he's like, yeah, how is your face? I'm like, did I get fucking punched in the mouth last night? He's like, yeah, dude. I was like, I can't believe that dude didn't knock you out. And I was like, really? And so it was a brief story that he told me. And basically, I used to like do this thing with cars in because California drivers are fucking assholes. So if you're like close to the road and they're like way too close, they like drive by all fast. I would like slap them on the ass as they go by to like give my heads up, like, hey, motherfucker, you know,
Right.
give 'em a little boop. So I do kind of remember doing this. I got kicked out of the bar for apparently slapping this girl's ass, and I don't care how drunk. I don't care how drunk or fucked up I was. That's not something I would do. I don't do that. Like if anything, I'm like kind of like prudish and like shy with
Right.
girls. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like. I'm not like an aggressive
You said you had 3 sprays of cologne.
1, 2, 3.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
So yeah. So well, you gotta do 2 before you put your shirts on, and then once you get clothed, you do 1 more on top. That
It's like
way.
a mixed drink.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no matter how fucked up I would get, I would never just slap some girl's ass. Like I don't care how fucked up I am. Like that's just not something I do.
I wouldn't believe I would do it either. Yeah.
No, and like you know, and so basically what I think happened was I was really fucked up waiting in line to get a drink, and somebody like was right behind me and like slapped her ass.
Probably your friend.
Probably somebody I know.
Yeah, for sure.
And I guess the girl like lost it. I don't know if it's somebody I know or what. And so I even like told the security guard because I came back the next day and he's like, "Yeah, dude, you're fucking done." And I was like, "What the fuck did I do?" And I was like, "Will you at least watch the video?" And he was like, "Nope." I'm like, "So you're just going on the word of this chick just because I was really drunk?" Because I'm like, dude, I wouldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't just slap. Like, I wouldn't like even like a friend. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that.
What about a male friend?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Constantly.
100%
Just checking.
front or back. You
Making
know
sure
what
we're on
I'm
the
saying?
same
Yeah,
page.
yeah, front or back, total tappage, free,
Right.
but not a girl, not a random girl. That's just my mom raised me a certain,
You have
you know.
standards.
Yeah, like I do a lot of fucking dumb shit, and I totally will own up to it. But I'm like, I wouldn't do that. I don't care how fucked up I was. I wouldn't do that. So I get kicked out. So I'm sitting outside in the alleyway, and a car comes by, and I guess I fucking slapped the ass a little too hard. And the big black dude gets out and fucking like, I guess I just started talking shit back to him.
Weird.
And because I was all fucked up, and my roommates came out, and I guess what he told me, he was like, "Yeah, man, we sat there, and you were like arguing with him, and he was like, bro, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna hit you." And I guess I was like, "Fucking do it then." And then he did, and I didn't. And I guess when he did it, he was like, I didn't follow up. The dude was like, "You're one dumb motherfucker," and he got back in his car and he left. And so that's like all I know. And then so I guess like 2-3 weeks later, I'm like talking to a different friend, and she's like telling me a story, and I'm like, wait. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm the dude that he punched. And she's like, what? And I'm like, it was like a white car or something like that. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, I can't believe you talked shit. I was like, I can't believe you didn't knock me the fuck out. Because he was a big ass fucking dude. And I guess she had told him that he only hit me like 75%. But like, he was like, he definitely hit me. But I was like, man, I'm just good. I didn't defend or anything. I just went and just stood there apparently. And he was like, you're a fucking idiot, bro. And got back in his car and walked away. So. And that's like basically how I left California. So,
That guy punched you so hard you left the state.
yeah, I got kicked out of 2 bars in 1 week, and the other one I don't even know what the fuck I did. Oh, it's because I got a DUI around the corner when I was working at the pizza place up top. I'm like, why am I 86 from the bar? They're like, well, we're associated with Joel's, and everybody saw it. I'm like, yeah, I know. It was pretty embarrassing, bro. You don't have to fucking kick me out of one of the only 2 bars I go to in town.
Yeah.
So
They're
I would
like-
assume if I went back, they'd let me in.
Hopefully.
The other bar is a different bar now, so same bouncer but different bar, so rules change.
What if the bouncer was just like, nah,
That shit don't carry over to a different,
Nah,
because it's
dog.
actually called the Dirty. It was used to be called the Round Robin, but everybody called it the Dirty Bird because it was like Roadhouse.
Dirty Bird's way better.
Yeah, so it was like Roadhouse.
Very
You couldn't
divey.
smoke in it, but it was just like Roadhouse,
Right.
not quite as big.
I hate the Roadhouse.
I love it.
Mostly because you
I
can
love
smoke
the
in it.
Roadhouse.
Oh, that's because I smoke. I like it.
I hate
But yeah,
it.
you couldn't smoke in it, which was nice. But it was just like the fucking Roadhouse. And yeah.
The
Yeah.
Roadhouse is like time travel back to my childhood home when my mom would like smoke at the house because it was cold outside. Just like,
Whoa.
Oh, like inside.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember those days. Well, that's when smoking was more like condoned, where you could smoke a lot of places. Like you used to be able to smoke at the bar at Steamworks.
Yeah.
That shit blows my mind.
Smoking in non-smoking sections with nothing dividing them.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, Applebee's, like the Applebee's here, like the flat high top that's like to the left of it. That's like the old smoking section because it's like an old Applebee's. You walk in there and you're like, this Applebee's is from the 90s.
yeah.
It hasn't been updated in forever. And
Uh-huh.
working there, I can tell you that it actually hasn't.
But the only surviving chain restaurant in Durango
Really?
that's not fast food.
Well, they don't really sell that much, but it's Applebee's, and it's not privately owned, so Applebee's got money for days. In fucking California, the Applebee's out there are fucking nice as shit,
Yeah.
and people actually really like going there.
Dude, I've been
It
in there
blows my
twice,
mind.
and it is dead.
Oh yeah, it's always
Fucking dead.
if I made $100 on a Friday night, it was like a good night.
Wow.
If I make $100 at Steamworks, I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I worked there as like a part-time job for like extra income when I was working my way up at Steamworks. So like it was helpful, but I would get a paycheck.
Side piece.
You know what I mean? Like I would actually get a paycheck though because
Yeah.
I wasn't making that much money. So I would
Right.
actually get like a paycheck every couple weeks for like $200, which wasn't bad. I actually got $100 paycheck from Steamworks the other day.
Nice.
That shit blew my mind. That was the
Nice.
that's the most I got as a server, $100 check.
Yeah, I used to get like,
For 1 week of work, that's a lot. But,
Yeah.
I also worked every day last week.
That explains everything.
So I didn't think about it, and then all of a sudden I woke up this morning. It's like, you have $100 in your account. I was like, what the fuck? From who? I was like, oh, it's
Who's sending me
Tuesday. And
money?
I went to my little like app because they send
Uh-huh.
us the payroll thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, holy shit, because I worked like 41 hours,
Uh-huh.
so I got a little bit of overtime
Oh,
in it
that's
too.
that's a nice little.
And I
bump.
had a lot of cash, and I claimed 0 for cash.
Yeah.
'Cause
Always.
I dared them to tell me not to. Prove I had cash. Prove
Yeah.
it.
on YouTube.
Yep.
Prove it, America, everybody.
God.
Joel, I don't give a fuck.
I don't
Joel
think
doesn't
Joel
watch
listens to this.
I hope not.
The only way Joel
Just
would know
kidding,
about
Joel.
it is if Sean.
Mo tells him.
Yeah.
I know when
Jake's
I
not claiming his cash.
Yeah,
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 I am. if I got any cash, I'd claim it.
I'm broke as fuck, dude.
I don't do
My washer
Prove
broke,
it.
all
Fuck
right? My
the
washer
IRS.
broke.
Yeah, my washer and dryer is fucked.
Jake, when they
dude.
said launder your money, that's not what they meant.
Oh, I got you. That's why.
Yeah.
It's like I can't have all this dirty cash
Yeah,
laying around.
what the
Just
fuck?
filled the
It's
washer
COVID
with.
times.
Yeah, you got to wash all your money.
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos of people washing their meat, like ground beef and stuff, with like soapy water?
So nasty.
No.
It's
Ew.
usually a person of color, the hands that you see, which blows my mind. But
Is it a joke?
no, it's not a joke.
Oh.
It's like people make videos on like making food, and there's been a couple that I've seen where like they legit like
First of all, you
like
want to
wash
wash your
meat
meat.
in the sink. Yeah, they like wash like the ground beef and stuff like in the sink.
That is fucking
With, like,
disgusting.
soap.
That's
or like
gross.
they wash all the vegetables in the sink, but like with soap. It's like no, you don't have to do soap. You just have to like wash them off. You know, just rinse them off.
Rinse it off, but not your meat.
Yeah, you
folks.
get those little bags. They have these little bags that you keep it in, and you just the water. You know, they have like these little produce bags, so you don't have to like waste plastic and shit. And then you just rinse them off.
Right.
But we live in Durango, which is like a normal thing. But in the city, people are fucking dumb and don't care. In the South, they do weird things too,
Tell me about it.
as far as food goes. I don't know. They actually eat like raccoon and like squirrel and stuff.
That's
It's a
good.
food source.
See,
Yeah.
I knew he'd say something 'cause he's from Tennessee.
Yeah.
I have family in Tennessee. I know, bro. I lived in New Orleans for a year. I'm very aware of the South.
You're telling me if I moved to Tennessee, I can eat a raccoon?
Yeah,
Dude,
bro.
yeah.
Or
Every
possum.
raccoon
They
changes
eat
everything.
possum. They eat possum. Like, you know, like
I've never
for
had
real?
possum,
Really?
but I've
Would
heard
you?
it's okay. Yeah, I'd eat possum.
Don't
Fuck
they?
yeah.
What's the
Why
one?
not?
Don't.
I'd
Oh, it's
only eat it if
armadillos.
somebody hit it in a
Huh?
Ford. You know, I
No,
don't want
No,
no
if
Chevy.
they'll
Posse.
just see one and go kill it and be like,
Posse.
oh, this is what
What
we're
about-
having for dinner tonight. I'm like, holy shit.
Okay.
Or like gator tail. Gator tail wasn't actually that bad.
Dude, gator tail's good.
Fried gator tail. That was actually pretty good.
I've had fried gator.
I didn't like okra.
Really?
I don't like okra.
Fried okra?
No.
Dude, I love fried okra.
I don't
That
dig
shit
it.
is so good.
I don't know what it is,
Good.
but I just don't. I
Do you
don't
like
like it.
vegetables at all, Jake?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Max hates them.
Yeah.
I
I don't
like.
hate them.
I don't eat. I mean, I don't like a lot of vegetables, but I mean, I like the basic vegetables.
Yeah.
I guess you could
The
say.
starter pack.
I mean, I'm not eating like dragon fruit and shit.
Well, that's
you
a
know?
That's a fruit.
Whatever. Okay. I don't know. What's a fancy vegetable? I guess I just eat vegetables then. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't eat fancy fruit. There you go.
Fancy fruit.
Yeah.
I don't really eat fancy.
Is
fruit either.
avocado a vegetable?
I think it's a fruit. Grows on a tree. It's got seed.
Seeds.
So it's a fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I don't
think.
eat
I
it,
don't
but
know.
okay, I'm just curious.
Chard.
You don't eat avocado? Why? It's good for
I
you.
don't know.
That healthy fat.
It's like one of those things that you
Have
just
you
like,
ever put salt and pepper on it?
Mm.
Game
Yes.
changer.
Yes.
Or done a piece of toast with like mashed up avocado and then an over easy egg on top of that.
Guacamole.
I like guacamole. I would never just like eat an avocado though.
So I think
would-
you do like
would never-
vegetables. If you put vegetables in the avocado, you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, now we know. Now you know.
Yeah. No. Okay. I mean, I try to eat greens and stuff. Like it's good for you.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes they taste like shit though.
I mean, having a girlfriend, I was eating a lot more healthy meals. Now that I don't have a girlfriend, I don't eat as much home cooked meals. But I eat at work.
Yeah.
I'll get like the sirloin with like mashed potatoes and asparagus and shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
The main
Corn,
reason
some corn,
Mm-hmm.
I bet.
cup of clam chowder.
Mm.
It's like my go-to.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't eat that. I'll die.
It only cost me like $14 too, because I get like $14 off. So
There you go.
yeah. And then all the free food I eat, because I make my own little frosty. 'Cause I do the little white chocolate and caramel.
Mm.
Just fucking whip it up real quick in a to-go cup.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, frosty, bro.
Count it.
Count
so
it.
good.
I can't have that either.
Really? Why?
I'm lactose intolerant.
Really?
Yeah, super
I
limited.
would hate my fucking life if I was
I
lactose
do.
intolerant.
I really do.
I am so sorry. I am not allergic to anything that I know of.
Nice.
And I now in my life I appreciate it, because some of the things that people are allergic to, I'm like, that must suck.
Big time.
Dave
Like,
Oakley's
this-
allergic to like raw
Yeah,
vegetables.
yeah. Dave Oakley
Really?
cannot eat vegetables. He's like allergic to vegetables in general. He can eat some cooked ones.
I gave
That
him a
makes a
fresh
lot of
pea out of
sense.
my garden, and he was like, ha. He was like,
Dude, it's so yeah. It's I know what you're talking
One
about.
pea.
It's fucking crazy.
Talk about that.
like not
And-
even the pod.
And
just
I
the
didn't
pea.
believe him. I figured he was like just like bullshitting
Yeah, I was
to
like,
not eat
just
vegetables.
a fat ass. Yeah.
But Kat was like, no, like she's like, he tries to eat them and like he gets like sick and stuff. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, if he eats an avocado, he will die.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. So when Kat told me it was a real thing, I'm like, oh my god, he really is like allergic to vegetables. Like that's so funny.
Isn't it funny how you don't really believe Dave until Kat confirms something?
Yeah, when Kat confirms it,
100%.
then I believe it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could say a lot of people would say the same thing about me, and I
Me
wish
too.
for a while there, like you know.
But
Yeah, if Kat, because I trust Kat. Well, I mean, because I know for a fact that she was the one in charge of all the finances and all kinds of stuff. So she wore the
the
pants.
Jew
in
in
that-
the relationship.
She was literally the Jew in the relationship, as well as
That's why I can say that. Yeah.
the guy or the pants wearer, if you will.
Mm.
But yeah, no, because she would tell me about it all the time, and it was just so funny. I'm like, so you just like asked for a certain amount of money every week from him, like all he had to do was just give her a certain amount of money every week. That was his only responsibility, and she like filed it away.
Oh.
She like showed me one time. I'm like, you actually have a filing system for your. I was like, you are a Jew.
Oh,
It was so yeah. She was the definition of a Jew, and she really was Jewish, by the way.
she
So,
is.
yeah.
The Russian Jew.
Russian. Yeah,
Very
so
exotic.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I missed them. I talked to him the other day, actually.
Yeah, I talked to him
I would really
way
like.
too much.
Really, I talk to him periodically. We just send each other like stupid stuff
Yeah.
through like Instagram, basically.
Memes.
Oh, I think we're gonna end our trip in Tennessee. We're taking a trip to the South, me and my girl.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna end our trip in Tennessee because Sam Morrill's gonna be at Zany's.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm getting tickets. I love.
Yeah, we should all go. We should
Dude,
go
I'm
together.
so
It'll
down.
be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so are you gonna go see him in Atlanta then?
Tennessee.
Oh, is he gonna go?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I know. I want to go see him in Atlanta.
But I am going to Atlanta.
I
We're
want to
going
go.
Miami.
I just want to go anyway.
Atlanta,
I have
Tennessee.
family that lives there, so I could probably go stay with them and not have to get a room if it's just me.
Yeah, I'm staying with Max, and
Oh,
then
nice.
I'm staying with Dave in Atlanta.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my Nana lives there. My grandpa passed away a couple years ago, so I bet she'd be like, come stay with me. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to be gone most of the time, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm totally down. So.
Yeah, I lived with my
'Cause you
grandma.
just- I
Never
think
spent more time at the bar in my life.
well,
Get home from work.
I
like,
mean, she
yeah,
probably
I'm not
goes to
staying
bed
here.
at 5 o'clock, so I mean, if I could hang out with her and have an early dinner and be totally fine, and she'd pass out and I could go do my fucking thing. But
Stop
I wouldn't have to
cars
get a
on
hotel, which would be nice.
Yeah.
And I know she lives like really close to Atlanta because my cousin, or my
Is
aunt, lives in Atlanta.
Sorry.
My aunt, my half aunt, she's like only like 10 years older than me. Because my grandpa got remarried and had another kid.
Huh. Tight move.
Sure.
Is his new wife hotter or what?
Yeah. No, it was the piano teacher from my dad, and then so he broke up with my
Oh,
grandma because she's a
wow.
fucking bitch. And then
banging the piano teacher?
yeah,
That's
so yeah, she
awesome.
married the piano teacher. He married the piano teacher, so he left my grandma and married the piano teacher. And they've been they were married for fucking ever.
This is the grandma you want to stay with?
Yeah, my nana, dude. She's been my nana since I was born.
Did
so.
she get remarried? You right.
No, I don't. She's way too old. I don't
Mm.
think she would anyway. She's old. Yeah, she's super old.
Do you think the piano teacher's just a money grubbing whore, or
No, because my
Nice
granddad
lady?
didn't have any money. He was a
Oh.
principal. He was like a retired principal.
What
He
a
didn't have any
gangster.
money. Oh yeah,
Just
I don't
like-
blame him for leaving my grandma. My Mimi, she's
Was
a
the-
fucking cunt. I don't like my grandma at all, dude. She's such a bitch. She's a money grub motherfucker.
yeah?
My grandpa Jack, who's not my real blood grandpa, but he's like my grandpa because he's been my grandpa since I was born.
Right.
He isn't like he worked for Lexus forever and he's all kinds of money. So he retired and he came out of retirement immediately and he consults and still travels. And we're all convinced it's because he spent like 2 weeks at home with Mimi and was like, fuck this.
Right.
And so he bounced. It was like, I'm going back to work. So I don't think he'll work until he dies because he doesn't want to spend too much time with her because
Yeah,
she
retirement leads
she
to
just plays
suicide.
golf and just spends money like it's nothing. And I don't think she's ever worked a day in her life.
That sounds awesome.
And she was a bitch to me when I was a little kid. She always liked my little
I
brother.
bet you were a pain in the
No,
ass.
she always liked my little brother more than me, and she would like send him stuff. And so when I got older, I remember I asked her when I was 18. I had talked to her one time. I was like, "Why were you always so nice to Dylan?" And like send him stuff and like not even mention me in cards and stuff like that.
Wow.
That's
and you know what
rude.
she told me? You know what she told me? When I was a baby, every time she would hold me, I would cry until she gave me back to my mom. And I'm like, oh, even as a baby, I had great instincts. That's fucking awesome. So yeah, me and her don't really get along.
For the record, the same instincts that got you punched in the face by a
Uh-huh.
black dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just slapped that ass a little too hard because I was really drunk and frustrated, I think.
Hmm.
But he almost ran over my fucking foot, dude.
Were you
Pay
sitting in an alley?
Yeah. But I was sitting on the curb.
At night?
I was sitting on like, yeah, I like sitting
You were
on like
sitting on the curb with
on
your
a
feet
foot
in
high
the
ledge.
fucking
I was sitting on
road.
a foot high ledge
with your feet in the road.
well, there's lights and shit. I wasn't like in the dark. I'm like just
I
sitting
bet
there.
you were in the dark.
No, there's like there was a little bit of yeah, it's like on the side of the road. There's like a couple lights because there's a Pennzoil right next to it and like a street light and like an intersection and
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Adele's restaurant and shit.
Right.
So
I bet this dude was like,
oh no, I was
Fucking
totally
white
just being
people.
a fucking drunk
Like-
piece of shit. Is
Yeah.
what that was. Yeah, no, I know exactly what happened. I was just being drunk and dumb. I'm glad he didn't hit me harder. I could have woke up with a missing tooth or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
clone won't fix that, my man.
no, cologne won't fix that.
Don't put glue in your mouth ever.
Yeah.
No.
You need
that's a
Freds to help
horrible-
you start an apple. Nobody wants that.
No. Jesus. If I could eat an apple with braces, I could eat an apple without a tooth. I don't think it's.
Well, that just sounds so unpleasant.
I
Depends
wrestled
on what
with
tooth.
braces.
Yeah. You wrestled with braces?
Yeah, dog.
That's a risky business.
You wrestled with braces?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was just that much more savage. Fucking blood.
It's.
It's the only time I could let out my inner savage because I was like 103 pounds. So it was the only time I was like fighting kids my own size. Every other time, everybody's way bigger than me.
Yeah.
But you get me in the fucking weight class. I'm
Yep.
like, what's up now, motherfucker? I fought my big brother my whole life. Let's go.
There you go. Yeah, I definitely picked on my little brother growing up.
I fucked up some 100-pound kids. I was also 100 pounds, but
Yep.
That's
But
funny.
you've been fighting a 120-pound kid,
at least.
at least.
At least. Yeah. No, I'm talking high school.
Oh.
103 pounds.
Oh, shit.
And in my junior year, I think I wrestled 112 pounds.
Jesus.
Christ.
I didn't grow till later. I was
Yeah.
just
Really?
a little fella. Yeah.
I was the same way.
I grew a little bit before everybody else in like 6th grade. And then everybody else in high school. And then when I got like a senior and out of school, I like finished growing.
Yeah, me too. When
I was a
like
late bloomer.
20.
I was a late
Same.
bloomer. I didn't even start shaving until I was like 23.
I don't really have to shave often.
Yeah,
Shave like every 2 weeks just so I don't look like a real scraggly piece of shit. When you
Yeah.
could start seeing it in the light,
Uh-huh.
that's when it's time to go.
Well, it's hard with
Yeah,
the
I can-
masks. Like you're like,
Yeah.
I look fine, and then you take it off around someone, you're like, ooh.
I know the other day
Get
Aaron
back
was like,
on.
"Oh, I like your little mustache." It's like, "Fuck you, dude. I was shaved, all right?"
That's funny.
We're gonna have Aaron on. I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Mario on as his translator.
Oh, that's so funny.
Because
Dude,
sometimes
that's
when he gets drunk, he just goes too Spanish,
Yeah.
and I lose him.
Yeah.
Like I can keep up with this, like shit talking
Yeah.
a little bit, but once he just starts going off on a drunken rant, dude, we took him frisbee golfing. Terrible idea.
Oh,
like
man.
he had fun though. Like
That's
when he
good.
started getting Ellie was the mistake.
Uh-huh.
You guys took Ellie?
Well, Aaron invited her because he's a fucking drunk ass.
Yep.
But he invited her.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah, and then I shit you not, 20 minutes later, they're both trying to climb this tree together, and
Oh
Aaron
my
looked
God.
like a bear trying to get Huddy, like, because it was like a big dead tree, and he's like, "Oh," like he was all fucked up.
Jesus. That sounds like a nightmare. No, I know what you mean. I've gone with a couple people sometimes where it's like one, either they are just really bad or they're just really fucked up.
Or
And then-
both.
or both. Or they're bad and fucked up. And like you spend, because like me and you will go play, and that course really only takes like an hour.
45 minutes to an hour.
45
Yeah.
minutes to an hour
Yep.
max. I've
Yeah.
gone before where it's taken me like 2 hours, and I'm like, this is fucking retarded.
If
But you
people are actually trying, it's not very hard.
No.
Like, just
But
fucking
people, if you
give her hell.
spend most of your time looking for somebody's disc, because there's a couple holes where like if you're not very good and they like try to hook it and they're all fucked up, you just like shank it. You're like, dude, good luck, go find it. Yeah, disc. Like I'm not gonna
That's
go
your
help you.
responsibility.
And then 5 minutes later they can't find it, so you're like, God damn it. So you like go help them,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden everybody's looking.
oh, it's my problem
It's a
now.
side
Good.
gig.
Oh, dude.
Side
like
gig.
in Mario.
Me, I don't know if you were with me, but I went with like a couple people from Steamworks, and they probably had to climb a tree like 3 or 4 times.
I've climbed one tree in my career.
Really?
Yeah.
The first time I went up at the course at the college, like the very first hole, it's like that little cliff. I fucking hucked it and cut it real hard left and just lost Mario's disc. And I was like, oh, well, I'm really sorry, dude.
Yeah. Max
Yeah.
did that.
I lost one with Brian there.
Uh-huh.
It's rough, man.
I felt bad. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. And
But
so
then-
I got
then he
Walmart.
found one. It was
yeah.
fine.
Probably his buddies.
Yeah, we found one the other day. Just like we were just walking and just fell out of a tree. We were like, what the fuck? Oh, cool, a disc.
Happens.
And it was like a relatively nice disc. And I feel really bad because it's like that person lost it,
Yeah.
but it's like, how did you
Well,
not,
Find it.
Yeah, how did you like? But it's like kind of a clearer spread.
But
I
it's,
don't know.
it's their bad for not putting a name and number on there. Like,
Yeah,
it was
because we looked,
blank.
there was no name and number.
We are blameless.
And like I
Carmelites.
thought, yeah, and I thought I
And if
lost
there
my
is a name
disc.
and number, Sharpie.
Well, I
Sticker.
thought I lost my disc because I was supposed to go with them the other day, and I was like, I called him, I was like, dude, I'm like missing like 2 discs. I was like, I don't know where they are. And so I was like, fuck, I must have left it at the last hole. So I basically told him I was like, keep an eye out for like at the last hole, like where we park. And I'm like chilling in my room watching TV, and I like go on like Instagram. I look at like Alicia's story, and it's a picture of her with her disc in my hand. And I was like, this motherfucker took my disc and didn't put it back. So at like midnight, I like went out to her car and fucking found it. And I was like, motherfucker. I was like all mad at myself. Like, dude, you just got this. You
You're
didn't
mad
put
at
your name
yourself
in.
or her?
I was mad at myself because I thought I lost it because I had just played the day before.
Mm.
But she must have came into my room and took it. But she never said anything and she didn't put it back. And so I went to go play and I was like, fuck. And I lose shit all the time, so I just assumed it was me.
Yep.
And I was like, I didn't put my name or number on it. And I still haven't. I need to do that when I get
Yeah, you
home.
do.
And on the new one I found.
You do.
That way, because that way it's mine now. So.
That's how you
And
climb
now
it.
someone else can sharpie.
Because
over
yeah,
it.
because if we live in a town where if somebody finds it, they'll give it back to you. If you have a name and number on it, they'll
Usually.
give it back to you. Yeah, dude. During Snowdown, the last Snowdown we had, I woke up and didn't have my phone, and some dude found it in the road, like in the snow, and like saw people hitting me up. Because one, he put it on the charger and charged it, and saw people hitting me up on Instagram, and so he looked up some of the people and would like direct message them and was like, "Hey, I found this phone." And he like brought it back to me. It was like Super Bowl weekend. He's like, I live in New Mexico, but I work in Durango, so I can come drop it off Monday.
Tight.
And he like came in because he just like, and literally I'm chilling Monday and like in the afternoon, he just came and dropped it off because he was like a delivery driver. And I gave him $20. I was like, dude, you just saved me buying a whole new phone. Like, that was extremely nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you can't really steal iPhones anymore. Like, they're too, like, locked. And, like, if you lose it or if it's stolen, you just report it and they can't activate it. And if you try to, like, they just notify the police or whatever it is. So at that point, it's like, you might as well just give it back to the person because you know it costs, like, a month's worth of rent, basically.
More.
Dude, yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah.
insane
If you
now.
live
You know what I
alone.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, unless you're a piece of shit, if you find a phone, like, you kind of give it an effort to give it back. Or if you find it somewhere, you, like, go turn it in and, like, hey, I found this phone, blah, blah,
Right.
blah.
It depends on where I'm at. If I'm at Joel's, I am not giving it to the bartender. Just kidding. I'm the bartender.
That makes sense.
I just don't go to Joel's.
Yeah,
The-
just don't go to Joel's.
The end.
That picture of
Is that
that's
at
in
Joel's?
Yeah.
I have been at Joel's. I was like, that's fucking Joel's. I've sat at, because Alicia bartended there for a while, and I would go there just because that's where she was.
Free drinks.
Yeah, free drinks and free cocaine in the back,
Right.
in the
Oh,
cooler
that's
room.
not photoshopped?
No.
That is a naked
They
man.
went in before they opened. His friend was the bartender. They did a whole naked photo shoot.
Really?
Yeah, there's some of his like just dick out, I guess.
That's
I haven't
so
seen
funny.
him.
Wow, full frontal.
He never
That's
shows me
hilarious.
the good stuff.
Dang.
Because he
Dude,
knows
What
you.
can you do, man?
He was making a calendar of himself, and one of them, he's in a hammock, like laying. So he's upside down in the picture, and his head's hanging off the hammock, but his dick's tucked. Fantastic.
Dude,
that is
that's
art,
so
bro.
funny.
He showed me that right before I did a set at the Henry Strader, and I think that's why I did so good.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it really brought me to life. Yeah. Dude, now it's looking like frisbee golfing weather, god damn it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Classic.
Dude, there was a little window in time where I thought you might hit me up to play, but
Well, I saw the rain moving towards my house,
Yeah.
and it looked like there was just a dark cloud on the other side of Durango.
Yeah.
There was.
It was
And
a
my
nasty day.
driveway was muddy as shit. So,
yo, what does Skodens mean?
Skodens.
Yeah, I know that's Josh's merch, but what does it mean?
It's like fucking
Skoden.
Skoden. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
let's go,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Skodens.
Those are
I get
fighting
it.
words.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
Right.
Josh is always like, I don't like fighting, but Josh loves that shit. It's his
Dude, I know.
favorite shit. He
I
hopes
know.
somebody wants to talk shit. Constantly. If there's any problem happening, Josh is within 6 feet of it.
Yeah.
Like, it just like into it. He's either
on.
filming or
yeah.
Or he's getting someone else to film him.
Dude, that shit in Cortez was cracking
Dude,
me up.
yeah,
so
he was
much, man.
facing the fight, like filming himself selfie mode, just like, you guys see this shit?
Then he
Like,
went into the
I
bathroom.
know.
With them.
He went through them arguing because they were right at the door, like about to fight. He went through them. He's like, "My bad, dog. I gotta go install." Went in there, and then he's just filming them over the door because they're like about to scrap. And he's like, "I love it when it gets messy, dog." He loves messy shit. That's why I love him.
That's Joel's for sure.
Yeah.
Joel's and Pongas. I still call it Pongas because it's all the same people, but I can't tell you how many times between Joel.
That's where people
I don't
from
know.
Farmington go.
I've
That's why I hate
gotten
it.
closer to getting into a
Sucks,
fight at Joel's than I have ever at the Roadhouse because I feel like at the Roadhouse, there's just too many. It doesn't really go down like that as much. I don't know, but there's been a few times at Joel's where I've been like, I just make like one little comment to somebody in like passing. I called some dude. I was like, "Hey, what's up, Quavo?" Because that's like one of the dudes from Migos, and I'm like, "Dude, one, you knew how you looked when you left the house, so me calling you." Like the famous rapper, like you obviously are trying to look like it's clear who you're trying to look like, but he did not like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like walking in, and before I even got in, him and his 3 friends were like starting to talk shit, and like I knew who it was like Tegan or whatever bouncing, and he's like, Jesus, Jake, just come inside, because he like was, because they were on the football team, and the entire football team is 86 from Joel's,
Nice.
and I think the basketball team is like basically 86,
So
which
there's no
blows
black
my
people.
mind. And yeah, I was there one time, and I like made a comment because like I know one of the guys that bartends there, but he coaches like the running backs or something at the college, and I just had heard that the college players are in there and they're kind of rapey. You know what I mean? Like they're like aggressive with
A
girls
lot
and
of
like
testosterone.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's just how they are. Because I've been there and like I'll be walking by and it's like I'm like Jesus Christ, like. It's like being back in the city again. You're like, all right, bro, like, don't me scuff your Pumas. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, don't wear $200 Jordans to the fucking bar and you won't have to worry about it.
You know they're not from here.
Yes, I know. But anyway, if you're going to go to a super busy bar, like, don't wear $200 shoes. Like, something's going to happen.
Out here flexing,
Yeah.
dog.
Well, that's the price to pay. I flexed on some new shoes after quarantine at work. I wore them. They were these white dope Nikes, the Nigel Houstons that are like, with like little purple pink trim or whatever. They're super sick. Made it all the way through the shift. Was totally fine. spilled
drunk.
something, got a fucking mop, and I like was mopping, and it kind of whipped up and then landed on one of my shoes, and it has like these little dot stains on it that won't come out, and I'm just like, ugh.
Dude, a restaurant mop.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, and every time I wear them, I can see it. I'm just like, God damn it.
That's why I own
But it's my
restaurant
fault for
shoes.
wearing nice white shoes to work. I'm a server. That's, I knew the risk, and I literally made it to the end of my shift like I knew I would, and then I fucked up. My whole thing was like, if I spill ranch on it, it won't really matter. They're already white.
A
Like,
lot of ranch.
that's usually what I spill because I have black shoes, and for once it was something that was black. So I was so mad. And it was right after Barilla was like, "That's a risky move, bro." And I'm like, "Dude, I've had these shoes for like 4 months and nobody's seen them, so I'm fucking wearing them tonight." And then I paid the price.
Yeah, work is not a place to flex.
Sometimes I'm a server.
Unless
though.
you're Garrison.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Garrison's
you like,
out here flexing all day, dog.
Every day.
Every day. I respect it,
that Utica swag,
dude. He's
tight
definitely,
jeans, boots.
he owns it.
Yeah, hey, you gotta own your own swag.
Yeah, he lives that
Yeah,
shit.
you gotta if you're gonna rock a style, rock it.
But you're right. I work in the back, so it's just like
Yeah,
I'm looking for the coolest
The most you can flex
option.
is like chef pants.
I don't rock shorts, dog.
Yeah, you're like
Sure.
Mitch.
You can wear shorts in that kitchen?
Fuck yeah, you can.
Oh, dude.
Well, I don't know why you'd wear pants in that kitchen.
It's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
I know Mitch wears a pair of pants like 3 times a year, and every time he has a pair of pants on, I always make it a big deal.
Yeah.
Because there was like a point where I was like, somebody had said something, they're like, "Yeah, Mitch never wears pants," and I was like, I kind of like was like paying attention for a while. I'm like, you really don't wear pants like ever, even like in the winter.
But they get to park at the back door.
Yeah,
I have to walk blocks.
And that's what I
homie.
figured out. I was
Yeah.
like, and I thought about it too, because even during the winter, I'm like, you still wear shorts, and it's like winter. But yeah, he walks
Yeah,
5
it's 10
feet.
steps.
He probably starts his car, goes back inside, spends 10 seconds outside, 10 seconds outside, getting
how
into
I
the
do
car,
it.
getting out. So that's not bad.
No, it's fine. But the 3-block walk gets rough.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I walk in that back door sometimes. I'm like, it takes you like,
Yeah, I'm
you just
already-
stand in front of the pizza oven.
I'm already not looking forward to winter. I'm not a big winter person, man.
You should move.
I
Let's go to Nashville.
Boom.
Full circle.
You want to eat possum, dog?
no.
Come on, bro.
No.
But they do got good food down there.
Eat
Dude,
possum like a
squirrel.
They
gentleman.
fry
Possum.
everything.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Dude, I'm eating Hattie B's
Don't like some
every
frickles?
day.
Dude,
Don't
it's
get me
so
wrong. Like, yeah,
fucking
like
dang.
I tried. There's a lot of stuff that I tried that I like. It was just the okra that I was not a big fan of.
My asshole is not going to be in a good mood when I get home from the South.
Oh, man.
Because I am eating everything.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Dude,
And then-
after San Morel, about like fucking 1 o'clock, we're going to go to my birth Waffle House and we're going to fucking chow out.
I'm into that.
Yeah, it was built a mile away from my house. Is like within 2 months I was born.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes it significant.
Yeah, dude, it's super significant.
Historical.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
That
it's my
sounds bomb.
place. Yeah, I mean,
Is your picture on the wall or anything?
no, but I've known some of the
You're 86.
waitresses for like 18 years. which
You
is
should go
insane.
back and try to bang one of the waitresses, and then maybe you can get your picture on the wall.
Maybe, man.
Max Turner,
He
born
came.
2
He
months
conquered.
before we built
Not in that
this.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know who I am.
They know me. What's up with the rubber ducks, bro?
They squeak.
So me and my friends have this thing about rubber duckies that whenever we see them, we always will like. Old me would have stolen one of those, and then
I would have known it was you. You
and then made a
realize
video
this.
of me like lighting it on fire or like destroying it. Because we went to this one house. This was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that, Jake.
Sure.
You're kind of well adjusted, but why would you steal somebody's shit and light it on fire like an asshole?
I don't know. It was like this because we were. It's like back when I used to go to like raves and stuff all the time. I mean, like we're at this house and like we're like after a show, and this person had like a whole big wall of like rubber duckies, like all kinds of rubber duckies, like some really cool ones. And we were just looking at them and like kind of like checking them out. And she came out and she was like, "Don't fucking touch my duck," and like lost her shit. And we were like, "Okay, our bad."
Because drug people steal things like that.
No,
Right.
we were just admiring them at first, and then
Right.
she made it such a big deal that like whenever she wasn't looking, like one of us would like touch a duck. You know what I mean?
Sounds
And
fun.
so we leave the next morning, like at like 8 o'clock in the morning. We like go back to wherever we were going. And my buddy's like, check it out. And he stole like a big pirate duck, like one
like
of the
the
bigger
dope
ones. And
one?
we were like, dude, she's going to know it was us. Like, we were the only people over there. And so we like sent her like a ransom video. Like we kidnapped her duck and stuff. Well, because she made it such a big deal. We were like, Jesus Christ, lady.
Why do I think this story ends with you moving?
No, I don't.
Because all the other ones have so far.
No, but no, I don't even remember. I don't know if we gave it back to her or what the fuck happened. But anytime we were anywhere and we saw rubber duckies, it was always we always like
Stole them.
snagged it. Yeah, we always kidnapped it.
Tradition.
So I don't know. It just started one time, but yeah, she made it a really big deal. And we were like, Jesus, if she would have not made it a big deal and came over and been like, oh, this one's cool too, like never. But she like was like, don't fucking touch my ducks. We're like, okay, I'm gonna keep touching your ducks then. I'm all fucked up, haven't slept in 12 hours, like 36 hours now, whatever it is. Eating all kinds of drugs.
They're a fascinating individual, Jake.
I've lived a very interesting life.
I've been confused this entire time. It's like,
Yeah, Jake
I'm
always makes a
excited.
weird first impression, I've
Yeah,
noticed.
man,
I didn't
I-
like him for months until Dave was like, hey, this is my friend. And I was like, all right,
Most
maybe he's not a
people-
piece of shit.
Most people don't like me when they first meet me
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
because I am who I am,
Yeah.
and eventually.
You don't change it all for a new person coming into your bubble.
No, you got to break him in eventually.
Well,
and so,
yeah.
Start 'em off
most
early.
people-
but at the end of the day, I'm a solid friend, and I have my friends back. And it's the little things that you do, and people are like, oh, okay, it's just me. But yeah,
I hope you're not waiting for me to vouch for that.
no, I don't really give a fuck.
I just can't. 'Cause
Yeah, no,
I
that's
haven't
totally
asked
fine.
anything of you.
No,
so.
Dave, because Dave laughs with me because we used to talk about this. He's like, I liked you when I first met you. He's like, but a lot of people don't. I'm like, I know. It's just been a thing in my life.
When when Dave started talking about you, he was like, a lot of people don't like him.
Yeah.
What
But
a
it's,
preface.
because I make little jokes and like I'll say stuff like I don't have a filter. I've been trying to work on it. As long as I don't get super drunk.
Are you good at fighting or no?
I can hold my own. I can take a punch. That's for sure.
Right.
As we've already
learned,
discussed.
yeah.
That's where that kind of started or whatever. Because we were talking about jaw lines, and I was like, I don't have the greatest jaw line, but I got a strong jaw because I've taken some punches.
Yeah, we've been drunk out back of Steamworks, and you've half told me that story about slapping the car's asses, and then you get distracted. I'm like, okay, I'll hear it one day.
I have
Great
horrible ADD. That's why I smoke so much weed. It kind of slows me down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I hate it. They had me. Because I took Adderall and stuff. And I fucking hated it.
Dude, it doesn't work for me.
I
took
hated
Adderall
it.
before
I felt
a mic
so
one time.
weird and like couldn't sleep and didn't eat.
Mhm.
And I'm more of a downer person anyway. If I'm gonna take something, you know what I'm
Not
saying?
I, my friend.
I mean,
Alright.
no way.
Like a
Adderall.
rocket ship.
Was, oh, I did. Oh man. I mean, I took it a couple times when it was like necessary. Like there's been times where like if I was working a double and I knew somebody had some, I'd be like, yo, I'm here fucking 12 hours a day. Can I get an Adderall from you?
Yeah,
But
it
that was
doesn't work
about
for
it.
Me. It makes me so antisocial.
It makes me not. I stopped.
I feel like it makes me a great student. Like if I was a kid, my parents might have kept me on it.
Yeah,
because I bet I would have done my schoolwork
Yeah,
and
'cause
not
I
done
just kinda-
cracking good jokes.
I
like
kind
an
of just
asshole.
like focus and like I stop like talking and like I don't. I'm way less sociable. I kind of just like do the task at hand.
Mhm.
I'm like kind of more like rather than like so.
Yeah, for sure.
But and I just like to smoke pot.
Me too.
Big fan.
I keep trying to get Max high.
You don't do pot.
No.
Okay.
I'm already way
Do you
too-
eat pussy?
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
crush.
Yeah.
When's the last time you ate pussy?
I'm just curious what you do with your
Been a
mouth.
while. It's
Just kidding.
I don't even know what Keith's laughing at.
I'm laughing at Jake. I just want to know what you do with your mouth. Okay.
Don't smoke cigarettes. Oh, he does smoke cigarettes.
He does.
Okay. He smokes something.
Trying to
Everybody
quit.
smokes or does something. I feel like a lot more people do cocaine. The older I get, you realize that a lot more people do cocaine. than
Dude,
you
some
realize.
people do cocaine with a frequency that makes me concerned.
Oh, I know of somebody where he'll like tell me, what'd you do this weekend? He'll tell me, I'm like, okay, and
be dead.
do a whole gram to yourself as you play video games all night long. Yeah, I don't get it. I'll do cocaine if it's free. If it's like what's going down, cool. Or like I'll throw somebody like $5-10, like make it worth my while. But I'll never be like, yo, let's get a bag. Like, let's get a bag. I'll just go to my house and just blow lines. And
I
just
definitely have
talk.
if I had a reason.
Oh, or if I'm
Blah, 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 blah,
if
blah,
I'm
blah,
like
blah, blah.
fucked up at the bar or like at a show or a
Like a
festival,
Halloween-
and like I need to like sober up, I'll go find somewhere
A
that I know has.
Halloween
I'll be like, dude, I
concert?
need to sober up.
Halloween concert.
Yeah.
That's a reason to buy a bag of cocaine.
Yeah,
You know what
I would.
Like
Yeah.
you're going to the
But I
act on
would- but see-
Halloween, you're dressed up. Might as well
Yeah,
get
but I would
wild.
bring
Yeah.
it. I would bring it not to do it all myself, but to like share it and
Yeah.
party with.
Yeah, if
know
you
what
do
I'm
all your
saying?
cocaine yourself, you're a
That's
fucking
not
weirdo.
good. Yeah, if you
Or you just have a problem.
if you just get a bag of blow and play video games all night and just do it all yourself, and
I
that's like
have-
that's what you do on your Saturday night. That's not cool.
I have done that, but because like girlfriend went out of town for the weekend, and
That's
I
a
was
different
like,
scenario.
you
This
know
person
what?
does
I'm
not have
really
a
gonna
girlfriend.
be alone.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna fucking be a piece of
Oh
shit.
no, that's I get that. When
Yeah.
the girlfriend's gone and you live together and you have like a free night to yourself, that's when you can kind of just go back to like I'm gonna get fucked up at home and like pass out on the floor
I'm
if I
alone,
do, but nobody's gonna know because it's just me here.
Yeah.
And if I don't
So-
do the cocaine, I'm gonna sleep by 9:30.
Yeah,
That's not exciting.
yeah, exactly. So no, I totally get that because I've done that a couple times where it's like, oh, like I think twice Alicia left to go to do something in New Mexico with like her California friends, and at work I'm like, Mom's gone. I'm having the boys over. Like we should do something, and I literally spend the whole weekend just getting stoned and like chilling at my house watching movies, like with nobody bothering me, just like ordering food and
Nice.
DoorDash and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's nice.
It's so nice, yeah. And the whole time I'm like, oh, we're gonna party, and like literally, I like have people hit me up, like, so are we doing something? And I'm just like, I'll hit you up in a little bit,
Yeah.
and then just like not
No, we are
respond,
not.
yeah, and like not hit anybody up. Like, okay, never mind. So yeah, it's nice to when you never have a second to yourself.
what do
it's
you
nice
do
to
on
have
your
a
alone time, Max?
I read a lot.
Oh.
Get on TikTok every now and again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I try to write sometimes, but not anything too exciting.
What do you
Um,
read?
A lot of poetry. A lot of poetry. Billy
German?
Collins has been American poets mainly.
Right.
I like the old stuff. Billy Collins, he's been hitting me lately. Love his stuff. Yeah, all that good stuff. Jerk off, of course.
Of course.
I like the
That's what I'm
honesty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How often do you jerk off, Max? Honestly.
3-4 times a day.
Really?
No.
It's like I did not
I
take
actually
you.
haven't in a while.
Would not take you for a guy that kind of.
I thought about it. I hadn't for a while, and me and Alicia hadn't hooked up for a while, like a couple weeks span or whatever. And like I just hadn't. I've been working whatever, and then we hooked up when we went to the wedding. And when I say that, it was not very long. It was not very long.
It has a
And
purpose.
she was like all like wedding and like kind of like champagne drunk and was like not like all right. I was like, oh, just give me a second. I was like, give me 1 second. She's like, nope. And just went to bed. And I was like, my bad. I was like, it's been a while, and I haven't jerked off. It's been like a couple weeks, like so. But yeah, no, I thought about it the other day. I was like, yeah, because it used to be like if I didn't hook up with the girlfriend and I was going to work the night shift, I would rub one out like right before I got in the shower because you don't want to be walking around with a loaded gun.
No, you right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So if you walk around, if you don't, and I think she noticed that I was doing that because
My girlfriend always knows when I jerk off.
It's so crazy,
Dude,
And I
every
think she
time.
realized it because I would go into the shower and then I wouldn't start music until about 5 minutes after I was in there.
Yeah, it was
And
silent.
then, and then the music would start. And I think she kind of just, or like, I think she realized because like I would like go to look up something and we'd both be looking at my phone and it would show like the recent little, like the most recent lookups. And it'd be like shift notes, YouTube, Pornhub. Or like Pornhub would be the first one. And it's like, if it's before shift note, that's a bad,
It's recent.
that means I'm looking at it way more than my schedule. And I look at my schedule every day.
Right.
So
That's a good way
and
to
then
keep
she
track,
finally,
actually.
and then she finally said something, and I was like, and like it like kind of bothered her, and I was like, well, if we don't have sex, then I feel like I'm more within my right.
What am I supposed
What
to
am I
do?
fucking supposed to do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no offense, but sometimes it takes me 45 seconds to rub one out. You're not okay with that. With you, you want it to last longer. Sometimes I just want to fucking unload the gun, take a shower, go to fucking work.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly you can accomplish
Yeah, and it's
it.
like, guess what? I've been jerking off my entire life. I know how it goes. It takes me no time.
You're like an
I know
addict.
exactly what to look at. Boom. By the time
What's
the
your
water,
go-to search?
my go-to search, I don't know.
Average dick POV threesome.
Average dick POV threesome.
That's Phil's answer, and it's
That's
fantastic.
so funny. If we're being honest, it was like the Babes compilation where it was like they would just show like all the really hot porn stars, like a minute of each of them,
Hmm.
and it would like switch to a different one.
That seems
But
fun.
it's like, dude, I'm not like turning on the candles and getting lotion and all kinds of stuff like that. This is like a 60-second thing.
Me too. Yeah.
You know, it's usually the morning wood chub anyway, so it's not like I could look at it and fucking finish.
No,
So,
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you, dog.
But she
Morning
didn't.
sex,
She didn't understand that, and I'm like, I don't know what you don't get about this. I'm like, do you want to have morning sex? I'm like, you're not a morning sex person.
That's the worst.
You know, like I like morning sex.
Right.
Well, you wake up with morning wood. It's natural.
Yeah, it's just natural, and it's not going to be long, and you're probably not going to get the most out of it, but I am, and I'm going to start my day off great.
My girlfriend really does it for me.
Yeah,
For sure.
you're in a great mood all
Jerks
day
you
long.
off with herself.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It has benefits. So.
We
Right.
that was Jesse. We're
Oh, what time
we're
is
we're being summoned.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
5:30.
Yeah.
No, these guys are going to a private viewing of Mortal Kombat in the theaters.
Fuck yeah, we
I already
are.
watched it on
Motherfuckers.
HBO Max.
I watched it too. It was good.
But there was a couple times where like I was kind of doing something or making food, and I was like, oh, I should rewind it, and I was like, no, because I'm going to see it on Tuesday. So I was like, if I really don't remember some stuff, then it'll be more. I feel like I'll really watch it this time because it was like early in the morning, and I was like smoking and like eating food. So
Yeah, theaters are good at grabbing your attention.
yes,
Well,
It's
it's hard to
basically
ignore.
what they're
you know, because I'm
designed
not
for.
going to be on like when you're at home, like you'll hop on your phone.
Yeah,
like
for
there was
sure.
definitely times where I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't like.
Yeah.
I
You tune
remember bits and pieces. I remember thinking it was really cool,
Right.
but I was like waking bacon and stuff. so.
Yeah.
Right. You got anything you want to say to people before we roll?
Don't slap asses of cars.
Yeah. Don't touch people's cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't touch people's
Ever.
cars in general.
Even when you get in.
If they're too close to you and they're being assholes, give them a little tap. But if you're sitting in a dark alleyway and they don't see you, don't just
don't draw
slap-
attention.
Yeah, don't draw attention to yourself and get beat up.
I feel like your opinion of the story has changed.
Yeah.
It's like, since you told it.
Oh yeah. Well, no. At first, my whole opinion on that story is that I didn't touch that girl's ass.
Her.
Right.
I touched that car's ass.
Yeah.
But
you
for
know
you.
you did.
Yeah. So, but somebody got me. He
Good
wouldn't
for
look
you.
at the video. I told him look at the video. He said no.
damn it.
All right. Well, we're gonna have somebody to join Max Turner next week because he's moving in 2 weeks,
Yep.
so he's our staple. All right, Keith, I love you.
Love you.
Yeah, you know where to find us. Everything's in the description. One love.
GL
Shit.
Dubs, baby. Good day.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It's nice. Everybody talking about they on a level, man. I don't know what's going on with that. Everybody's on some kind of level, you know, like they on something. Smoke me banging on them drum. Yeah, I do it like that. Let that bass squat. Yeah, I don't know what level you're on, man. Triple E's on. I'm on a level. Yeah. Everybody on my level, heating up tea kettle. Always kicking up some dirt, I never let the dust settle. Way we do it, making music, records like a precious metal. Heavy metal, bass treble, hotter than the fucking devil. Yeah, it's going full circle, just like we blowing purple like a fully automatic weapon. Yeah, I stay murking, Kim, the shit is on the regular. I'm the one that's spitting hers, sending suckers to their grave. Every time I spit a verse, aviating like a bird, saying you might catch a curse. This is Ethan, quick to beef and get to chief and don't be scared. Why you looking so disturbed? Don't forget to use your words. Anticipating triple E to do a bigger hurt. Yeah, I said I never swerve. Cruising in a straight line. Heard it through the grapevine. Sipping at the same time. Cooling with a beverage. Gripping on some leverage. My non-competing messages. I'm in a different sector, bitch. You ain't on my level? Yeah. We're getting there. Everybody on my level, body on my level, everybody on my level, never let the dust settle. Everybody on my level, body on my level, everybody on my level, hotter than the fucking devil. You know I be jamming out, I can't hear them talking about regulating on them haters. What the fuck you talking about? All my shit is rocking out. I'm just trying to scream and shout. Hands up on my nuts, I'm on the motherfucking paramount. I don't feel like coming down. Never gonna hear me say that I'm giving up, cause I can do this every single day. Give it out for free today. Tomorrow then I'm getting paid. Minnesota to the Bay. Listen up, I'm on my way. Every beat I'm gonna slay, making sure they know my name. Recognize the lyrics, leave a legacy of being great. Triple E and Java people, now I play a different game. Switching up the way you pay, just to set the record straight. Y'all know I've been banging on the drums since like the second grade. Always been the best, I never ever been in second place. Settling for nothing less, so bring your best for goodness sake. I'm gunning for that number one with lots of zeros in the bank, boy. Everybody on my level, body on my level. Everybody on my level, never let the dust settle. Everybody on my level, body on my level. Everybody on my level, and I'm hotter than the dope.